have on the back.
What's going on, beautiful people? I am the Grandmaster, and I also go by D-Ray, bringing you guys the next episode of the Grandmaster's Table. And today, we've got a big episode. It's a big episode because we've got a Goliath in the Pokemon community. Before we introduce him, Summer, go ahead and say hi.
Hi.
Guys, for those who don't know who I'm talking about, you've read through the title and thumbnail. Today we have a just behemoth, a Goliath, a pioneer in the Draft League community. Please welcome GCS, aka Milan.
Stop it. You're making me blush, man. What's up, guys? I'm GCS and I'm ready to go.
Guys, if you're excited for this episode, do us a massive favor and smash the thumbs up button. And if you're new, por favor, hit the subscribe button. Turn on post notifications, hit the bell button so you guys get notified every single time we post a new video. And so for those who don't know, right, so Milan, actually before we started recording, has notified me that he does indeed have a YouTube channel, but I did not know that. So I'll leave a link down in the description below for you two guys to subscribe to him, because maybe we can convince him, push him, nudge him to actually start creating content, because we need him on the Wi-Fi scene. How you doing today, man? How's everything going?
I'm doing very well. I woke up recently and I was like, all right, let's get ready so we can start this. I'm very excited for it. I really like the podcast, so I watch them a lot, so now I can be part of it myself. Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
So Summer was saying before we started that it's a trip that we, right now, currently, at this very moment. Well, first of all, before I say this, for all of you East Coast cats that have been so amazing to us to hop on to the podcast at around 11:30 at night.
For them, yeah.
For you guys, I understand your struggle now. It's our right now, it's 11:12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're about ready to go to bed. And Milan is on the other side of the pond, where the world had the sun just rise. And you just woke up, and what time is it for you right now?
It's 8:13.
That's such a trip.
That's wild to me.
Like, if you really think about that, like, you're in the future.
Yeah, he is. Like, literally, he's on Monday right now.
If you were to put a definition on what Narnia really, really, truly was, it's where Milan is right now. Where exactly are you from?
I'm from the Netherlands.
Okay.
Nice. That's on the bucket list. How is it like living out there?
Are you like looking for anything specific? But overall, it's just really nice. The people are very direct and straightforward, which I really like. So it's not like you're saying one thing but you mean the other thing. No, it's like straight up. I want this, so people like know what is up. Like we are very transparent, if that makes sense. And other than that, the people are really tall compared to other people in the world. So I'm pretty tall as myself as well. So when you go on holiday, you immediately recognize other Dutch people. So that's kind of...
How tall are you? How tall are you?
I don't probably know what it is in feet.
Okay.
Yes, because of the metric system, because we are very lazy. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's 6'4", 6'5", something like that.
Jeez.
Got me. Dang it.
I
was about to puff up my chest and be like, hey, how tall are you? I'm 6'3". So you're probably like a hair or two taller than me.
Yeah, he's still looking down at you.
He is.
You wouldn't like that.
And you are. So for those who don't know, I think I don't know. We'll talk about this in post-production if he's okay with this. But Milan is typically known as this puffed up Alakazam emote. This photo of him that he sees on Discord. But we have photos of this man.
Oh, yeah.
This man is the most attractive human being I have ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, yeah. We have a few friends that were simping hard over
we were so we have another server that we talked to with some real close personal friends. You guys know them as the Goons.
Yeah.
Run rampant all over Discord, causing a muckus.
Goon shit.
Causing a fucking
Yeah, goon shit.
And he actually just got into the server. So I'll say congratulations to Milan to becoming a goon.
I don't know if it's a congratulations, right?
Oh my lord. You guys would understand from the Goons episode, it's absolutely chaotic. It's a good time every single time we get on call. But we were actually discussing Milan to get him in, because we have discussions on who gets in, because we want to make sure everybody messaging together with the person. There's
Just
no butting heads, there's no weird tension, etc., etc. So I don't remember who it was. It could have been Star, or it could have been Jay that posted a picture of Milan in a server chat in Goons.
Yeah,
it was Jay.
It was in.
He posted a photo of Milan in the actual server, and then it went up, and I was like, "Whoa!"
That was only because I asked, because Owen said that he's like the sexiest man I've ever seen. I was like, I don't believe it. Post a picture.
And then we may post that on the graphic. You'll see that now. But he's a good looking dude. Do you have a significant other over in the Netherlands, in Narnia?
No, I actually do not. I'm still single, ready to mingle.
I'm ready. He's like, I'm very ready to mingle.
Mind you, we're about to table up this man. He's about to, listen, guys, from right here, this is a beautiful
Maybe instead of my YouTube, you can plug my Tinder and Instagram instead.
There we go. Down in the description below, we'll find a link to his Tinder account. Slide on into his DMs. Please do so, because he is a behemoth in this community. And speaking of this community, how long have you been doing Pokemon Draft League?
Been doing it for a while. I think I started it near the end of high school, like playing competitive wise, but playing casually. I started obviously as a kid, so I would say I started around when I was 6 years old. But I started playing like in the draft community when I was 17 years old, I think. 17, 18 years old. And I'm 23 now, so yeah, a few years ago.
Okay, so it's been about, give or take, 6 years or so.
Yeah.
Nice. So you have this big reputation of just being such a good Draft League player. When did you fully invest yourself in becoming this Titan that you are today?
Well, I think it just comes with experience mostly. Like, the more you play it, the better you get. Obviously, you see more stuff and remember things like, hey, I've seen this before, and then you catch on quicker, if that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah, I think it's just when I really started investing, I don't know, like from the beginning I was already quite competitive because that's just my nature. Yeah. But when I really started to do well is when I asked help of other people, which is definitely the way to improve, in my opinion. You just ask help, especially from people you look up to or you feel like those people can actually teach me something. Of course, you have to have some synergy in common, you know, because what worked for me doesn't have to work for you, for example. But yeah, you just trial and error, I think. I remember I had some big flaws in my battling, and then I tried the complete opposite, because as you guys know, maybe the viewers too, you have different ways of approaching matches. Like you can play very stally, very offensive, and all that kind of shit. And I was a really defensive player at first, and then when it didn't work out for me, I just tried the complete opposite. I played hyper offense, and then slowly my style like molded into the Milan style, I guess.
Well, it's worked out for you this far, so you've been doing great. And what we're referring to is you are the current champion of the APA Classic Showdown League. Congratulations on that. I know that season was pretty long.
I am.
For those who don't know, the American Pokemon Association is probably one of the behemoths, the Goliaths of the actual Pokemon community, and they do run, I don't even know how many leagues at this point. Panther is out there working at like crazy.
Overtime.
I want to say there's probably, with the 2 Wi-Fi divisions.
If you count all the sister leagues and stuff, you have easily 10 plus leagues. For sure.
Easy. So I don't know how Panther does it, but he's got the 2 Wi-Fi leagues, being the APA main and the Academy, along with the other 8 that Milan was saying about that's undercover in the APA server in Discord. And one of the main ones that's in there is APA Classic. APA Classic has a lot of competitors that don't have channels, like how Milan has one, but he doesn't necessarily that very consistent with posting, so you don't necessarily know about them, but they're the underground players that are just grinding it out with raw talent, and they're all playing this league, and you won it. That's pretty good. That's an amazing accomplishment on your part. How was the whole league as a total? Tell us about that.
Well, it was quite the experience. When this season started, I am actually the commissioner of that league together with Itz, one of your goon pals.
Oh yeah.
And this season, the funny the funny part about Classic is it is all the old friends of Classic, people that are around for a long time that play in there, and sometimes newer people like you play there in there as well. And every season there's a different format. We go from Ubers to Little Cup to low tier to a different format, draft styles, and this time it was Civil War style, which means we have coaches on a few teams, and those teams go at each other basically. So we had the Goons as a team. We had
which I was not drafted to. Thank you very much, John Jr.
We had the Conquerors that was captained by Silver Smasher. And then we had the Misfits, who was captained by Lapis. And I happened to be drafted by her on the Misfits team because for some reason I'm the odd one out. I was a Misfits apparently. So that's where it all started. Then the draft started with 24 people. Like, I don't know if you guys are aware of how it usually goes in draft leagues, but it's usually not 24 people. Usually it's like 16 people, 12 people. So APA is like, let's just one up on everybody and do 24 drafts, 24-man draft for some reason. So the draft was quite a roller coaster, I must say. I drafted a team I was comfortable with, but there were a lot of flaws on the draft, and I had to change. I made a lot of changes during the season, but it worked out. And I played a lot of friends, a lot of other people in the Classic. And then, slowly but surely, I clinched a round by and I worked my way up to the finals and won it.
Yeah, that you did. Okay. So that's incredible. The fact that there's 24 coaches, you still ended up getting on top.
That draft, because with a limited
No, this is actually for Showdown. We actually did the national decks, which is the shows.
Never mind.
If it was a limited pool, then then that would have been incredible.
Yeah, that would have been insane.
But to give you guys an idea of the caliber of coaches that are in this league, like Milan said, that there is a lot of people that are in this league that have been around for quite some time. So like ultra players in that league. Panther 2, which is the owner of the entire thing. You see OG Albina, John Jr., Dietite. So a lot of really good names that you see on the Wi-Fi scene that they're all playing this raw draft league style undercover. So there's a lot of really cool leagues that you guys could be a part of. I'll leave a link down in the description below for the Discord link for you guys to join in on the AP server, because there's always got something going on. There's something for everybody. So if you guys are interested in starting out in the draft league format, it's a good place to start. So definitely do that. And Milan came out on top on one of the top leagues in there, which is a huge accomplishment. Now, this is going to kind of segue into your channel, right? So saying a couple people that are typically known in the Wi-Fi scene, because John Jr., Dietite, OG Albina, those are 3 friends of ours that you will see on the APA main league, which is extremely popular, which is what everybody's going to know them from. Could we see you in, this is going to answer a couple questions that we had on Twitter. We're going to get this out here right now. Is there a possibility with the current metagame that we have right now to see GCS bring his team to the Wi-Fi scene?
Well, I actually really like Wi-Fi, so I'm definitely down for it. It's just I don't have a capture card and stuff for all that. And that's quite a big thing, I think. And I also feel like you guys told me, I asked pre-recording if I am loud and clear with my voice, but I don't actually have a mic, so I also have to invest in that. And then on top of that, I have to find time to actually edit, which I'm not that great at. But I think if I do it well, then it will become better. And
100%.
And yeah, maybe I can join the Wi-Fi leagues for sure. I would be down for it.
Man, so to understand the caliber of competitor that will step onto the scene, we need to start a GoFundMe page. Maybe I'll do that to get you up and going, because that would be incredible to have you in the Wi-Fi scene. That's crazy. But like it's just like traveling. It's like battling, right? Just once you do something over and over again, the repetitiveness just makes you better.
And anything in life, when you do something with practice, you get better at it.
And you are already a character. You are like, you're probably one of the funny people that I know, and you're so nice. What keeps you so wholesome? Everyone says that you're so nice, and I do agree with them. What keeps you so wholesome with all the negativity that sometimes comes with the community? How do you keep yourself together?
I'll just focus on the positives. Like, I am a very strong believer of the power of the mind, and if you just set your mind to the right thing, then I think you can accomplish pretty much everything. So just focus on the stuff you want to focus on, and not on the stuff that is like forced on you by media, by whatever it is that has your interest. I think that is what you should focus on instead of the negativity.
That's incredible. Okay, let me put this in context for you, right? You are 23 years old? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Bro, at 23 years old, my mindset was not as personally developed as you are right now. That is kudos to you that you have an amazing head on your shoulders, because let's rewind to 23-year-old D-Ray. 23-year-old D-Ray was passed out drunk in some bar in downtown San Diego.
23 was the year how old you were when
Listen,
we
hold on. And then the beginning of the year...
buffed up at the gym like 20%.
I was.
Yes,
oh, man.
yes.
I like how Summer all of a sudden activates. She's like, yes, he was.
You say it's different, but I think actually your focus was at that point your body, so, and you fully focused on your body. So you actually were on the positive vibes. So like, don't do yourself too short, man. You were already on.
Oh man.
He's being too nice to you. If only he knew your other side.
He's making me fall in love. Guys, again, I'll leave a link down in the description for his Tinder account.
For his Tinder, I saw that one coming.
Wipe this man up. So now with Pokemon, you said that you started when you were 7. When exactly did you first step into the franchise? What was your first experience actually becoming a Pokemon fan? Not Draft League battles, but when did you become a fan of the franchise?
Well, I got my Game Boy Advanced, I think it's called Game Boy Advance, or maybe Game Boy Color. I don't remember properly, but I got that for my birthday, and I had Mario Kart on it, which was my favorite game because it was my first game. And then I had a cousin, a nephew that I looked up to, and he was like the cool kid, you know. He was the very cool kid, and he played Pokemon. So I was like, yo, what is that? And then he showed me what it was, and then on my next birthday, he gave me a Game Boy game. He gave me Pokemon Leaf Green, I think it was, and Emerald as well. I got 2. And then I was set. Basically from that, he basically guided me a bit, and then I was ready to play, because the games are English. Like I'm Dutch. Dutch people usually are good with English, but not as a kid. Not as a kid.
Oh yeah.
Is it
it was a lot of error.
Is it the language? I actually don't know because I know typically the vast majority of languages, I could just be completely wrong about this, but the vast majority of languages use the alphabet. Does Dutch use the alphabet as well? Because you know how like the Chinese use more of their intellectual?
We only use sign language.
The communicating person.
Question.
No, what I mean is that, because let me put this in context. The Hebrew and the Egyptians use more of a different style of letter, right? The Chinese don't use the alphabet. Yeah. So the Dutch, they obviously use the alphabet, right?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. So the language obviously is just different using the alphabet. So could you kind of piece it together with English from what you know as being Dutch? Or was it just completely foreign?
No. I think it is pretty. English is actually one of the most easy to catch up to languages in the world, I think. Actually, yeah, I think English is not that hard, but maybe it's just our teaching system that like has English in there for for kids at a very young age. So obviously we catch on to it a bit faster that way.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's that hard. Sometimes I have words that I just have never heard of, and then I have to Google it and translate, and then I'm like, oh, that's what they are talking about. Okay, and then I can continue in the conversation.
In the Netherlands, is it a half and half kind of thing where a lot of the people speak English, or is it just everybody speaks Dutch?
Everybody speaks Dutch in generally, but we have a lot of people. Like, I don't know the proper word for them. The people that are fleeing their countries for war, better opportunities in the Netherlands, because we are actually like we are a small country, but we are quite established in a lot of areas. So there's a lot of opportunity, and a lot of people are attracted to that and come to our country, and they have a foreign language that they speak. So we have basically every language going on in the Netherlands.
Oh, okay.
But everybody should and can, for the most part, speak Dutch. That's the main way of communicating. Well, as outside of emojis and stuff on the internet.
That's funny. The reason I ask is, like when you go to Japan, and then Japan would have their obviously their Japanese, and then below the signs will have the English translation of it. So I'm sure that if Summer and I were to visit, we would be completely gone. We'd have Google Translate on us all over the place, because it's a very different language. Could you say a sentence for us in Dutch, just so that people understand?
Wil je dat ik Nederlands ga praten voor je? Is dat wat je vraagt?
Oh boy.
Yeah, we would. So I was shocked when he said English is very easy to catch on, because both of us spoke. I don't know how your experience was, but for me, my first language was Spanish, and Spanish is very straightforward in the way that it is. The way that
it's very direct speaking.
It's very direct. So when learning English, when there's like multiple words that sound the same but mean different things, that really threw me off. So it was a little bit more difficult for me to actually learn exactly what things meant.
Yeah, she's talking about nouns, verbs, adjectives can typically mean the same tense. So it's a little bit more difficult than the English language. So the fact that you say that it's easier, it's your intelligence.
I was like, dang, okay, he's
Milan's IQ is like off the roof, because that's incredible that you can just catch on to English that quick. What did you say?
Let's just say that Dutch is more complicated than English is. If you, like, from your perspective, when you're talking about, my main language is Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, so I wouldn't know. I can't really judge that properly. But I feel like it's a very simple, straightforward language. Then I of course see why English is harder. But Dutch and German is like they sound very similar. They have a lot of different things going on that other languages don't really have, or not as much. And English is a bit more straightforward for us, so it's easier to catch on.
Which is the reason why we're spending time on this, because not only is Milan our first
he's our first international.
Not only he's our first behemoth of the Draft League community that we've ever had, that doesn't necessarily do content for other people to really know him in that sense. People know him from Discord, obviously, from other Draft Leagues. But you're the first person across the pond for hopefully us dipping into that community.
Yes,
so it's incredible that you're, like, put it in context here, people, that us here in the States, and the people that are closer to the States automatically speak English. Universally, usually. On Discord, you read in English.
Yes.
Milan is in the Netherlands, right? So the language is nowhere similar. So the fact that you're able to communicate with everybody on Discord in English and still function,
and there's like no flaws.
There's no flaws whatsoever is incredible. The language is not the same. You literally said this.
I do have to say that I had this thing going on for me where my parents really invest in those kind of things of language, and in the Netherlands it is now mandatory that on the elementary school you already get taught English, so it really is taught at a young age. And on top of that, my parents and myself really are a big fan of America, so we went on holiday when I was like 2 years old or something. So I basically every holiday or vacation, I don't know the word you guys use over there, but vacation. we were in America a lot of the times, around in the Florida area, and well, as a kid I already came into contact with the English language at a very young age, and I think why I have no problem communicating in English.
Yeah,
that shows. Yeah. You do an amazing job. Now you said that
sentence.
So the Netherlands is, where exactly geographically is that placed on the globe? What is the countries that are surrounding you?
Do you know where Europe is? How Europe looks like?
Yeah.
In a way.
So you have United Kingdom, right?
Yes.
The Gallery region.
The Gallery region.
Gallery. That's it's kind of it's a separate island overseas at from the big part of Europe, which is all countries like literally physically connected to each other.
Yes.
Then when you go to, I don't know how to properly word it, but you just go from the United Kingdom, from the Gala region to
the Isle of Armor.
What's the French region called again? I have never played that gen.
Oh my god, I think it's Sinnoh. Is it Sinnoh?
No, I don't think it's Sinnoh. It's with Professor Sycamore.
Oh my god. No, I can't.
I'm blanking right now. Oh, this is not my favorite.
He's licking it.
Pokemon. Pokemon here, guys. Pokemon with.
Live research.
Sycamore.
Let's see. Wow, that's great spelling.
Sycamore. I don't know how to spell Professor. The Kalos region.
Yeah.
I could have told you guys.
I'll stop somewhere.
And on top of the Kalos region, going north, then you come to the Netherlands, because the Netherlands is like I think at the left top corner is the Netherlands. And if you then cross the sea again, then you come into Norway, Sweden, like the Scandinavic island.
Yes. Okay. Got you. We're getting there. So you are in the vicinity of our good friends in the community, Vepsis, Max Rapture, and
exactly. And
Slick Panther.
Slick.
Yeah, Slick's on that side. And so who else is over there in the Netherlands? And Slackout.
Is he
correct?
Frosted.
Yeah, he is.
And Frosted.
Too, I think. Him and Vepsis are Finnish, the Valley brothers.
Yeah, so kudos to you guys, because I don't even understand his English as much as I should. And if you are connecting with us the way you do, that's kudos to you and your intelligence and your understanding of all languages. That's
Thank you.
That's incredible. So now that you have cleared up that you came in Generation 3, which is Emerald and the Leaf Green versions, when you came and started playing those games as a wee lad, what would you say is from since then to today? This doesn't have to be in the Draft League format. It doesn't have to be just purely off aesthetics. But what is your favorite Pokemon of all time? If you were to say we were to give you one Mon, what's your favorite Pokemon?
Abra, for sure, easily. I like it. Yeah, it was the first Pokemon I caught, and it was like the main Pokemon that I just genuinely enjoy looking at as a kid. I was like, this Mon is so cute and cool at the same time. And then it evolved to this I didn't know that beforehand, but Alakazam is actually one of the most powerful early gen Pokemon you can get. So it was super strong as well. So I was like, heck yeah, this is my Pokemon. I even have it.
That's cool. I don't think I've ever seen Abra get some love. That's interesting.
Abra is cute though.
This is an adorable one. What does his eyes truly look like? The world will never know. But that's awesome. So that's basically going to tell us the story of why we know GCS as to be the Alakazam PNG, right? So you just basically inherited the evolution and made that known for what we think about you. It's just Alakazam, so that's where that came from. Being Abra, being favorite Pokemon. So we have for those who don't know, the Abra line shinies, they have their vests turn pink. So there's a very strong feminine side. Again, I'll leave a link down in the description below for his Tinder account. He's got a soft side too. That's cool. I like that. It's Psychic type Alakazam. So you're a Cantonian at heart. That's cool. Because me, being an old fart, old man. I'm in the same age range as Panther. So Panther is older than me, but we're in the same group.
Yeah, you're
We've been around that time, so we started in Kanto.
You've said your age so many times. I don't know why you try to avoid it still.
I can't avoid it now because you put me on the spot multiple times.
He turns 29 in a week.
A week from today. Holy mother of monkeys.
Oh,
yeah, he's old.
Whew. Man, it's coming to the time, bro. It's coming to the time. So for those who don't know, and for those who don't follow me on Twitter, please do so, because whenever we have our new guest in the Grandmaster's table, we have a question that goes out, or we have an announcement, we'll say, that goes out where you guys can ask questions for our guest to come on. And we locked him up today. I don't know what has come over me to the fact that we didn't get you here to be our very first international guest on the Grandmaster's table, but I'm very happy that we did so.
I'm on it.
And the people were excited because the questions came in hot.
Really?
I know that the overall, a lot of people had the same question, which is why I wanted to get that out of the way in the beginning, which was you getting into the Wi-Fi scene. Hint, hint. We're gonna pop you in there pretty soon. But guys, if you're not following me already on Twitter, name is Grandmaster D-Ray. Please do so you guys follow along on any content that happens for the Grandmaster's table.
Follow him, guys. He deserves it. Show him some love.
Please do. So the first question that we have here is from @PlatinumHowler. He actually asked you a question a little bit earlier and then later on. So we'll kind of piece this all together. The first question that he puts on here goes by @PlatinumHowler. He says, which Poketuber would you compare your battling style to?
Battling style to, oof. Well, that's tough because I used to watch a lot of Poketubers, but right now I just mostly watch my friend doing YouTube because like it's the reason for that is I actually enjoy playing the game more than watching other people do it. But the biggest part is a lot of the content creators right now, it's just a personal preference, but the videos are getting a bit too long for me to like focus on, and I get distracted. It really sucks for me. Like if I really enjoy watching certain people because they are so entertaining, but then on the other side, sometimes when people are not that entertaining, the videos are just getting too long, and I just kind of stopped watching. I kind of stopped watching competitive Pokemon players. But when I did really look into Poketubers, I would say I would compare myself to Septal MC. I was a big fan of him in the GBA old days. He was a very aggressive player with a lot of offense, which is what I'm all about at the moment. And I think, his battles were really nice to watch.
Yeah, just to kind of put these in context, guys, because I want to kind of map out an idea of what exactly it is that he's talking about. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up these stats of this Pokemon that I'm about to talk about, so Summer can get an idea. There's this Pokemon in the draft league scene. Obviously, is known as Rhyperior. Okay.
Oh yeah!
So he got so excited.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
So let's mind you, right? Rhyperior is aggressively slow. Obviously, it says a base 40 speed. Now that could be debated nonetheless. There's other Pokemon that are much slower. And as you know, sometimes when you're a lot slower, your Pokemon are much bulkier. So typically, that playstyle requires you to play a little bit more passive, find your opportunity, and then slap something, because it does have a base 140 attack, which is it's astronomical. Don't get me wrong. But the speed stat makes you play a little bit more passive because you have to find your opportunity to place it correctly and play in that way. But this man plays his Rhyperior with like boosting speed natures and boosting speed attacks like rock polish to where it turns into from a slow Pokemon to a very fast Pokemon.
Like, all right, big boy, let's go.
Load it up and let's fire. So that's his playstyle. So taking Rhyperior from a slow Pokemon that hits hard to a very fast Pokemon that hits even harder. That he just flips things around in that manner. That kind of gives you a general idea of what kind of playstyle that Milan has. So that's to kind of paint you guys a picture on that. So that's incredible. He's actually turned me on to Rhyperior. I've never even like kind of put that on my radar. So
dude, I'm telling you, Rhyperior does whatever he wants. He's the Poke God. Like I don't believe Rhyperior. That mon is so good. That's so strong.
He's convincing me, guys. I have an opportunity to pick up Rhyperior in the BBR, and I'll probably end up pulling the trigger.
He's probably going to.
But the next question that we have here on Twitter, guys, is kind of going to mesh together with what Howler said on one of his questions, and it leads on to what Slick said on one of his. So at Slick Panther goes by at Panther Slick. The first question, again meshing together with Howler, is why is Headquarters the best server on all Discord? And Howler was asking, Headquarters, question mark? So you have your own Discord server. Could you tell us a little bit more about the cats that you got in there? What you got going on over there?
Yeah, well, HQ is the best server because it's my server. No, no. The thing is with HQ, it's actually quite interesting because the reason why I started it is like not at all what it is right now anymore. Like it changed. The reason why I started the HQ is, well, first of all, I'm a big Team Galactic fan, so it is kind of based on Team Galactic vibe. I just really enjoy those villains from the Pokemon series. I think they're very cool. And the reason of the server was I invite my friends to that server, and they can just chill in there and help me out with battling. Like I asked for help, or I offered help at that stage to certain other people, and I wanted to have them. So it was kind of a front office, kind of like what you have going on in your Sanctuary, D-Ray. And then it slowly but surely evolved because more and more people were invited by myself, and now it's just more of a hangout server / preparation server. And it's just a server where we really enjoy spending our time. At least I do. I enjoy spending my time because all the people in there are people I consider very close with, or like the coolest people I met through Discord in the Pokemon community, or some of my in real life friends are in there as well. And it's just a good time.
It is. It's a really good time. So to give you guys a theme of context, like for me, I'm in his server. I feel so honored. And he calls me Galactic Grandmaster. So it's like Galactic. There's crows in here. So Galactic Crow, Galactic Flum. So we all have the name in the front.
Galactic name.
So all of us are grunts, which is really cool. It's an awesome theme. I like that. And now I'm actually going to be rewinding the podcast a little bit to kind of get a little bit more context on that. The Galactic crew, it obviously resonated with you pretty hard. Is there a specific reason why, or is it just because their fits are so great and the leader is so good looking?
No, I actually really enjoy those Pokemon and just in general the space kind of vibe. I really like.
Okay,
and obviously based around space and the kind of mystery that goes with it. Like my favorite legendaries are like Pokemon like Deoxys and Mew and those kind of cool space kind of vibe Pokemon, which I really like. And because we had the same interest and because it is the gen I by far played the most, I think I just became to love it so much that I became, I wouldn't say obsessed with it, but I definitely did did some role playing with in what is the word for it, writing, like the written words. I definitely made a story of myself being in that world and playing alongside of it in one of my first leagues like and stuff. So I really,
Okay.
So I don't know. I just really like it, and cool. I like pretending like this evil villain when I play my matches sometimes, and I'm just letting them know before, and because otherwise they're thinking like, what's going on? You know, why are you acting like a dick?
Why are you acting like you're like, this is who I really am.
This is me. Take me as I am.
When I play someone that is also in the server in HQ, then I usually call them out, like you listen to your commander and stuff, and then challenge them. Yeah, I don't know. I just like doing that, even if it's weird. I don't know. I think
the
it's
roleplay
cool.
aspect is a lot of fun. It really is.
Cool.
So I'm sure that you, Game Freak, listen up, are very excited that we possibly will have Jen. A remix of Diamond and Pearl, which is what Team Galactic is from. Could you imagine? Then that's maybe when we get GCS back on the Wi-Fi scene, is when we have those remakes, and he just cannot resist.
Gotta be there for sure.
That's amazing. So that's cool. I like that. So
I like
it's
that
all
a
up to
lot.
Game Freak. Actually, it's all up to Game Freak if I join Wi-Fi. Or not.
Oh. If there's no Diamond Pearl remix, I'm not coming back. That's amazing. That's cool though. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah. And so this is a multiple part question that Slick has. The second part of his question that he has, number 2, he labels. He says, we kind of reiterated a little bit, but this is a more specific and direct question. He asks, how did it feel when you won Classic this season? What were your initial emotional thoughts on that?
I was super hyped for it because I don't know if you guys know, but I had been grinding for a championship so long. Like I've been around for a good time, like I said earlier in the podcast. And every time I came super close, but then I don't know. I just don't want to blame it on other stuff, but I feel like the majority of the time it just wasn't in my control for me to win the battle. Like there was just a lot of RNG going on and other unfortunate related stuff, and I had enough. I was like, okay, this time I'm going to win, and I sweated my ass off. I had a lot of help, so big shout out to the HQ core, and I did it, and I won that bet, and I was super ecstatic. And yeah, I remember joining the call because a lot of my friends were watching it live, and they were in call, like either commentating about it or just casually watching. And I came in yelling in the call, and they were like, "Yeah!" It was so hype.
It means a lot to win a championship. For those who haven't played,
it was so fun.
Yeah, it really is. Like, just to understand people, that for those who don't play Draft League, the commitment that you make when you join a Draft League, it's sometimes like a 90-day commitment. It takes a long time to get through an entire season. And even though there isn't necessarily a quote-unquote prize most of the time, but the title itself means so much from the time that you put into it, because preparing for a game takes hours on end. Execution to win a game takes a really long time. So it's an amazing accomplishment to be able to dedicate your time and then just come out on top. So kudos to you, man, especially with the caliber of people that are in that league.
A funny quote from my server was, becoming a champion is like losing your virginity.
That's funny.
Yes. Maybe even better. More climactic.
Even better.
And then the last part that's Slick here, he just is a fun one that I'm sure he'll enjoy listening to on the podcast. He asked you if you got his snap earlier. He didn't.
He ignored it. He saw it and he was like, nope.
No. I'm just not that active on Snapchat, but let me just open it right now.
Slick, he's
like,
lying.
He's gonna do it
because
live right
I personally have Milan on Snapchat, and I get to see his beautiful mug very often, and so I would get his snap. So there you go. I win. Slick, and then a fellow.
He's opening it right now.
Yes.
Yeah. I just opened it. I did get it snap. Wait, do you want me to? I'll just make a Snapchat back from.
He's like, on the podcast, read what you said.
Yeah. On the podcast. Live right now. Alright, so he got a private Snapchat back. So
there we
love
go.
you, Slick.
Shout out to Slick. Then the next question that we have is from a fella. Okay, Vepsis, I think you're Dutch, right? Is he Vepsis Dutch, or is he from the Netherlands as well?
No. Vepsis, he is one of my oldest friends in the communities, but he is from Finland.
Finland.
Okay.
Yeah,
Another incredible battler that doesn't get the credit he deserves. My God, it's a headache to play this dude. My God, it's just so hard.
The only reason I know him is because you would not stop repeating his
his intro.
Intro.
His voice is so hot.
That's all I would hear for 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, I love it.
There's just so much bass in his voice. I love it.
Yeah.
Vepsis, he's got a multiple part question for you too. The first part that he asks is, who influenced you the most and why to get to the point that you are now in your draft league career? Kind of similar to the content part, but more so in the overall aspect of draft.
I think himself, and I think Silver Smasher. I think those two are the guys that I really stuck with from the beginning, ever since I met them, that I enjoyed spending my time with, that actually had a big influence on the way how I played the game. Like, obviously, when I was little noob GCS, I joined the league where Vepsis was as well, and it genuinely was like a mentor to me, and I showed him a lot of. I was very creative with my prep, and I showed him all kinds of sets, and he was like, yeah, this is cool, I don't know about this one, but this is cool. And then slowly but surely we came up with stuff that worked for me, and I just value his opinion really much. So when I am looking for help in a very tough matchup, then I definitely go into his DMs like, yo, what's up? You gotta help me right now. And it's funny because it's the other way around as well. Like, when he has a very important matchup, he always goes to me as well for asking for help. So we really like, I wouldn't ever say I'm on par on his level, but he respects me enough to the point that he likes my help as well. And with Silver Smasher, it's the same case. Like, I genuinely, how I talked about how I played defensive earlier, Silver Smasher really showed me that with wall breaking power, you can easily overwhelm teams very easily. And I definitely noted that and changed that to my own battling styles. And they both really had a lot of positive influences for myself as a battler, for sure.
So shout out to Silver Smasher and Vepsis for creating this freaking monster that we have today. Dear Lord. Guys, Vepsis, I'm going to shout you out here now before I continue with your questions. If you guys don't know who Vepsis is, please go down to find him on YouTube. He's a phenomenal competitor. He's very informative of what he does. Now, I'm going to say this one time because I feel like it's funny. And I'll just put this out to loud for those who hasn't seen it. If you haven't, shame on you, which means you missed it on my channel. This man, Vepsis, swept me with a quillfish. And I'm not proud of it. I just didn't really understand how he could have done it. I just didn't have anything for it. And so to have the caliber of a competitor to sweep you with a mediocre tier 4 Pokemon and a quillfish, that's just tells you how much of a player that he is. And all I can is just laugh at it, because that's pride going down the drain. Shout out to Vepsis. The next question that he has here that he asked you on Twitter was, where, I think it's kind of similar to what you said before, but a little bit more direct. Where have you improved the most as a draft league player from where you started?
I think is he referring to a league or something where I really
possibly started? I think he's just from. I think it's more so
in general.
I think it's just in general. I know that you elaborated on becoming more of an aggressive player.
Yeah.
Is there something that led you to that? Is it just from maybe the streaks that you had before that forced you to change your training style?
No, it's literally just what I said. It's a lot of trial and error, just finding out what works for you, because what works for someone else you look up to doesn't really have to work for yourself. Like, it helps if you have someone you look up to who plays in a similar way, but you always have to give it your own twist, in my opinion. So I think when I really started forming a more offensive approach in my game style was, I think it was in Silver's League when I joined that. Now it's called UPO, but I think back then it was called UPA. Not sure. Don't quote me on that. But back then, we really experimented with a lot more offense. And then the season after, I drafted a lot of bulk, but very offensive Pokemon that are tanky. And then from there, I really created my own kind of like formula, so to say. Like, all right, these Pokemon work for me. These Pokemon are cool that work out, and these kind of Pokemon I rather avoid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like what we were talking about earlier today, because with you, since Daniel's still pretty new within the draft league community, and I was telling him, like, it just comes with experience, and you just know when you learn more, it just comes more automatic to you than having to actually like sit there and like think about it, or not know that a certain Pokemon has this ability or something like that.
Yeah, I'd hate to spoil it. We have it's going to be in the future. For those who don't know, we play draft league games in the past, and then you see them later on. You'll see the matchup in the BBR against against Seabad, and it was an epic battle first half, us going back and forth, and then he got me with a move that I didn't know that a specific Pokemon got, named Jolteon. And that's just basically comes with what Milan said is experience, that once you see things that you haven't seen before, you kind of put it in your back pocket so it doesn't happen to you again.
Yeah, you learn from those experiences, basically.
Exactly. So that's a great piece of advice, is that you just put that stuff in your back pocket, learn from it, and then just move forward. Because I hate to say that I'm new. I hate using the excuse that I'm new. I'm not new. No, I've been playing VGC for quite some time. It's a very similar format.
You're making it sound like it's a bad thing, though. It's not a bad thing. It's only better, because usually new people are more creative and more willing to experiment, which is definitely something you should keep on doing.
You just made Owen cringe.
It is true, though. It's true. One thing that can help you, as my advice for you, then, would be if you are unsure about certain stuff happening, you should formulate a game plan that doesn't rely on a lot of stuff going right for you, but just have a clear winning condition from all right, this is how I'm going to win, and I need to weaken this and this, and then this Pokemon wins. Like, it's very simple, straightforward, but that can really help you pilot through the game, I think, and that doesn't rely on, like, for example, hard checking certain other threats, and then they pull out a random ass move you've never seen before, and your check dies, and then your game plan falls like a domino.
Yeah. That's actually really good advice. That's exactly what happened in that game. I'm not gonna spoil it, but maybe I beat him. We'll see. But it's a great advice. I appreciate it. So I'm learning a lot. So from what it's cool to hear that Silver and Vepsis are that to you, where you and Owen OG Albina are like, and now moving actually recently, Platinum Howler is the same way with me. They're doing a lot of molding to who I'm going to become. My experiences in doubles format has semi-translated into this, but there's still a lot I need to know. So I thank you, Howler and Owen, for being so understanding and patient with me, and then teaching me new things.
We got you, man. We got you. We love you. We got you. You're getting there.
We're getting there. And this last part of Vepsis' question is gonna be the third person that asks.
Yeah,
so we have to get you going. Is he asked you about the Wi-Fi thing? So we're gonna get you going when
at this point he just has to do it.
You just have to do it at this point. We're just gonna send you a Elgato HDS, and then we're just gonna send you a mic, and it's just gonna fall into place. Now, the last person that asked you a question here on Twitter is Shuckle King at Shuckle_King. Now he is he's a character. Yes. He asked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 random questions. 7 questions. Right. So I told him that I was gonna pick one, and we're gonna do the most awkward one he requested. Okay. So I'm just gonna skim through all these. You don't have to answer any of them, but we're just gonna ask you the most direct one, right? He says, ready?
You can ask all if you want. Okay, I'm ready.
He says, what's your favorite bridge? What's your favorite rock band? How fast do you run a mile? What's your second favorite color? Not your first. What's your second favorite color?
Okay.
What character do you most relate to in Tiger King? What character do you most relate to in The Lion King?
That's funny.
They're all out there. Go ahead and have at it.
Okay, so favorite bridge, Golden Gate Bridge. I really enjoy that. I don't remember every other question. I remember
the favorite rock band.
Favorite rock band.
Favorite rock bands. Ooh, I think Linkin Park.
That's a good one. Yes. That's good. We like it. We like it.
Then second favorite color, yellow.
Look at that, yellow getting some love.
Yes.
Okay,
Nice. What were the other questions again?
And then how fast do you run a mile?
How fast do you run a mile?
Because I'm Dutch and I don't have miles, but I have kilometers.
Oh,
yes.
I think in about 30 seconds or something. 1 minute 30 seconds, 30 seconds, something in between those. I actually run a lot, so I'm quite fast. But I don't really know how long a mile is, so I feel like relatively quick.
Put it in conversion.
I think the conversion will say that a lap is going to be the kilometer that you're thinking, so we triple it by 3, which is going to be
by 4.
Because 1 mile is 5 kilometers.
Oh, 1 mile is 5. Oh, that okay. That's
in 30 seconds. I'm like, damn, he's Superman.
5 kilometers. It's about that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I think I run 5 kilometers in about.
Wait, that's not true. 5K is. Hold on. Huh?
We're gonna do it.
I feel like that sounds wrong.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Miles. How many miles? Okay, hold on.
How many kilometers in a mile?
Kilometers is. Oh my god, I can't spell. Is in 1. I know Howler's gonna say his movie.
Jeez
Louise.
Jeez,
So
Daniel, you're so wrong.
I was so off. 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers.
1.6 kilometers.
Oh, okay. 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers. Then I think I run that in. I think a minute 30. I think I can do that.
You got some strides on him. Look at that.
Yeah, it's those long legs.
Yeah, bro.
Sliding into your DMs and hyper speed.
and then
the next question he has here is it's a favorite color. What character do you relate to most in Tiger King?
Probably to the tiger. I don't know. I've never watched that show. I like tiger, so I want to be the tiger.
There you go. And then what character do you relate to most in Lion King, the Disney movie?
Lion King. Ooh, but that's a good one actually. I don't know. I think I really like that. My favorite characters are Timon and Pumbaa.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Can I pick them both? Those are the best.
Timon and Pumbaa. So that's Vepsis and Milan. Across the pond. Timon and Pumbaa. There you go. There it is. Perfect sense. So that's actually funny. For everybody who asks a bunch of questions on Twitter, we really do appreciate it. Again, follow me at Grandmaster D, where whenever we have the newest guest, we'll throw those questions, those posts on there for you to have that opportunity to connect with our guest a little bit more. So shout out to everybody that asked questions this time around. We really do appreciate it. I know that you don't have a channel right now, but is there anything coming pretty soon that we can look out for, that you're going to be participating in? The floor is yours to plug whatever's going on.
Ooh, well, of course, the APA is hosting the PGP team tour, which is like a lot of leagues having a go at each other in some kind of civil war kind of format, but just the leagues itself. So I'm playing in that, which is really cool. And then other than that, I actually cut down on my leagues quite a bit, but maybe I'm getting into Wi-Fi, so stay tuned for that.
He put the plug out there. It's in the universe. We're going to manifest the funds to get him an HD60S Elgato and a microphone and get him on there. I really don't want you to be in the league that I'm in, because holy crap. No, just kidding.
Separate division, bro. It's fine.
There you go. Separate divisions end up in finals. That's even better. Anyway. But yeah, that's amazing. We got to get you on the Wi-Fi scene. Everybody wants to see you there. Your talents are too good to be undercover in showdown leagues for so long. We need to get you out into the people, out into the light, and just thwomp on the community. That would be amazing. Summer, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, Milan, for joining us today. Do you have anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Sorry?
You want to say anything else before we get out of here?
Follow me on Instagram.
Yeah. Slide into his DMs. I will leave a link to his Instagram.
He has to put his handle so people can follow him.
Oh, I have it.
Oh, you have your, okay.
But please put your handle verbally so that way they can get that too, because, oh boy, this man is beautiful.
Follow me at Milan van Beinderen. I don't know if you can, like, I can say it, but you guys probably don't know what it is, so I will just make sure D-Ray puts it in the comments.
Yes, because me trying to spell that out. Or anyway.
That's so, your last names are so cool, Beinderen. It just sounds so aggressive, like you're a sniper in the army or something.
Yeah. Watch out, bro. Watch out. I have you on my side.
So thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate your time. I know that it's really early in the morning for you, so I appreciate you getting up for us.
No worries. Thanks for having me. I really enjoyed it.
So guys, if you guys enjoyed this episode of the Grandmaster's Table, again, do us a favor and leave a like for it. Leave a comment down below what you guys think. Leave a comment down below if you have a Tiger King recommendation that he is going to be a part of, and then leave a comment down below if you are excited to see him on Wi-Fi. It's going to be a big thing. But with that being said, we're going to get the heck up out of here. Have a great rest of your night, and above all else, be nice. Peace.